Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. We're here with the PlayStation 4 game, The Order 1886. We're going to be playing this game on default. We're running this on a PlayStation 5, and I'm pretty sure there is no PlayStation Pro enhancements. This game came out, kind of the run-up to this game was like, yo, this is going to be intense, cinematic. But it kind of just came and went. It was $10 recently, and I've heard like good things about this game. It's one of those things of like, what is a bad game? What is a good game? Is there such thing as a bad game that is just, you know,
wake up, friend. About giving up on the ghost now, didn't we? Fancy another rant?
that's like, you know, Starfield. I feel like that's a perfect example of like, maybe don't buy that game for $70. I feel like a $70 Starfield at $70 is way too much for what's in that game, you know? You can't get wrong with a $10 third-person shooter that's like 7 hours long.
I was just getting started. Not to worry. We'll come back and have another go later. Right.
And of course, if you haven't noticed, this is presented in CinemaScope. That was like the thing when this game came out, was like, yo, we're pushing pixels here, guys. We can't do the 30 FPS. A lot of people were like, it's one of those games like,
Oh, come on, you. Pick it up.
cinematic, 24 FPS. Yeah, what was Evil Dead? Was it Evil Dead? No. That Bethesda game. Forget what it's called, by Tango.
Sweet dreams, mate. Time for your morning bath, my lord.
What? Oh yeah, it was also like had the, hey,
That's right.
you could download some of this game.
Last much longer.
That was interesting when the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 was announced, like, yo, you could download the game and play the game at the same time. How crazy is that? It was never a real thing. You'd never want to do that because it puts it into a lower state download, so you're spending more time downloading the game. It's not streaming data. The only developers that I've seen to actually do that.
Put him back here.
Turn this down a little bit. It's super loud. I might have to change it in the.
I can do this all
Oh.
day, mate. Come on, give up your.
Why, you little
Jesus Christ! It's Jason Bourne. I remember when Watch Dogs came out. It was like launch day, launch title game, and I downloaded it, and it like just kind of doesn't do anything. It kind of just like you literally boot up the game, play the first 10 minutes, and it says, hey, sit here for the next 3 hours as we download, because the game is now set into a lower state of downloading. There we go. Spoilers. Okay. I don't know. I feel like we like you look at PlayStation 4 games and Xbox One games, like they're still like gorgeous looking games. Of course, you know, we're looking at like a 1920 by 720p image here. So, you know, it is what it is. But I am such a sucker for a good third-person shooter. Like, I feel like I play trash third-person shooters, and I have a good time. Wanted? No, not Wanted. Yes, Wanted. That the one from the What am I doing? Oh. From the movie that came out on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. That's a shit tier third-person shooter, but it's a fun third-person shooter. Wet is another like weird third-person shooter from Behavior Interactive, people behind Dying Light. Not Dying Light, Dead by Daylight. Okay, I'm not pressing anything, not pressing anything. It is crazy where games are now, where like, it just, a lot of games are like this. A lot of like, press a button to do something.
Hands up.
All right, mate.
Like, just like the most tedium task. That's why
Inside. Close them.
I just do not like where games are right now. Like, they have to have such setup. I know they're trying to tell a story, but what I did not have to like require any of my input. You could have just played this full segment so far, just as an interesting. I'll be like, oh, this is cool. This is a cool game. Like, it's building up something.
Everyone's talking about.
But me like pressing a button to do something, it's just like,
There's only one way out of here.
it's weird. I don't understand.
Dead, that's what you are. Gotta wish you never left those cats.
PlayStation 4 like really muddied the water
enough,
because
it's not funeral, not
Sony
mine.
pushing this like, we're gonna make billion-dollar games. You know, the God of Wars, the Last of Us, the you know, the Uncharted's, where like, hey, we're gonna kind of set up stuff.
He has a gun! Whoa, fellas, whoa! Ah!
Like, what was the point of me pressing the X? But also, I feel like games became longer too. Like around the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era, like PlayStation 2 games were like 100 hours, yeah, whatever. Then they dropped down to the 5 to 6 hour range for like a typical game, like Gears of War, Halo, Call of Duty. Like even Uncharted was like a pretty short game, and they got longer and longer as the sequels came out. But now we're like in a stage where like games have to take 6 years to build.
The player's over, Galahad. Surrender yourself.
Raise your hands now! Raise your hands! Hands up!
Gray,
Don't do this!
I said surrender.
Hands on your head!
You have betrayed our order. No one may escape the penalty.
You forget, Lord Chancellor. I'm as good as dead already.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Late title card.
Galahad, come in. Galahad, acknowledge. This is command.
I read you, Percival.
Enjoying a stroll in the park, are we?
Nothing quite like a chilly London morning to stimulate the senses.
Not to interrupt your little constitutional, but we have confirmation of multiple marks at Grosvenor Square.
What do I directives?
I remember I was at PAX the year this came out, and people were going crazy for this game. It was like one of the biggest lines at PAX. It was wild. It was just truly wild. Okay,
Right in front of me.
Good. Assess the situation once there and proceed with caution.
and then also Drive Club was there too. Of course, Drive Club being a racing game, smaller,
Yes.
but man,
M2 Falchion.
Good. The Falchion secondary ordnance should help. We may be pursuing Bedlamites, but they remain civilians. Use non-lethal force whenever possible.
Understood. Are you joining us?
I have a small matter to attend to. I'll find you afterwards.
En route now. Galahad out.
and just seeing the response of like this game, like demos and like all that stuff are just so meaningless. Like it really is like preview builds and all that. Like look at Cyberpunk. A lot of people were hyped for Cyberpunk when it was like coming out because the fervor around it was actually pretty good. Hey, this sounds like it's going to be fun. This is going to be a good game. And then it took them 2 years to actually make that game playable. Like playable. I still do not like Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk is in its current state, an extremely overrated game. I think the story, like they really had to redo that whole story if they wanted to make that. It's easier to play, but I don't know. Click. Okay.
Morning.
God, these are blurry people. So I got a 4K TV going on here. I record at 1440p. There is just, it's just blur. But I guess this game wasn't originally intended to be at 4K.
I'm on my way down to the street.
Acknowledge.
I don't. What? Whatever. Video games. I'm just gonna say, like, what is this path I'm taking?
Galahad, you're Gray. Any word from Lafayette?
Negative.
Same here. He's probably off somewhere gallivanting. Being
But I think like the world building of this game is very interesting. I love an alternate world type of thing. A lot of people like want Resistance to come back,
Did you say so? In any case, I have no time to look for him.
which is another like mediocre game from I think Bend. It's Bend Studio, yeah. It is weird that we live in such a weird, times for video games. We're kind of, the years 2024, 2023 was probably, I would say, like one of the best years in video game history in a very long time. After, like, COVID, you had such big hits come out, but also you had some really shitty games come out.
Skill, love.
I must admit, you do
Games
move
just take
fast
too
for a man
long.
of your age.
But it would be nice if, like, they did a sequel to this game, really.
My lord, this damsel would never be so callous as to do such a
But
thing.
we're in a world where you have to take safe bets. Nobody takes risks anymore.
Who are the marks?
And risk when somebody makes a risk, you're gonna get punished,
Running amok.
even if it's good,
Percival thinks it could be a rebel subterfuge.
because maybe there's something on the back end. I'm referring to Tango Gameworks and Hi-Fi Rush.
He was the best.
Supposedly,
in his day. You're still pretty good.
that game cost way too much money to make
Yes, ma'am.
for what it was.
Acknowledge, Percival.
Multiple escapees spotted at the east entrance of the United India Underground Station. Intercept with caution.
Understood. Come on, Gray. Let's move.
I bet if you like did a PlayStation 5 update for this, that you could make this game shine. Like the lighting still looks good. Like right now, the resolution is just blurry as hell. There's a $40 update. I am not a fan of how Sony kind of handles their games. I bought a PlayStation 5. I bought a PlayStation 2 VR2. And, I've bought Sony stuff, but I feel like I'm allowed to complain. I think what they're doing with, like, their PlayStation 5 updates is disgusting.
You're a strong man to take control of things.
That's right.
Just stay out of our way. I'd hate for you to get shot by mistake.
Trouble.
The usual trigger-happy
I
mercenaries.
think realistically how they handled The Last of Us Part 2 for the PlayStation 5 was really disgusting.
I've told them to
Like the
remember.
PlayStation, the Last of Us remastered had better improvements than The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, which is like, oh wow. Oh my god. Jesus. A lot of traffic today. We are 20 minutes in and still no real combat.
Galahad, take cover. Let's get to work.
Is this a joke? Oh, okay. There we go.
Target down.
Let's reload.
We're
Move up.
clear.
Oh.
Get out of here. Find some weapons. You two, get your asses over here. I need help. Come on.
Go.
Let's go, you bloody bastards!
A rifle would be more appropriate.
Escapee down.
More escapees coming from the alley.
Someone heading for the atrium.
God, Jesus. This depth of field is gnarly. This depth of field is super gnarly.
Enemy down.
Street clear. There are more in the courtyard.
It's on the stairs.
Is there a way to change shoulder? No.
Damn it.
God!
I don't have a clear shot.
I had a clear shot. Why would you lock this on the outside? Okay, right stick for direction. Oh, do I have to clear this out? Come on. There we go.
Need to help that hostage. They've locked the door. I can hear more commotion inside.
They shoot.
Hurry. More bedlamites inside.
Oh.
Stunned. Take the shot.
I need to look at the reviews on some of this stuff on like why people criticized it.
Are you alright?
Maybe like I would say slow pacing.
God, they're slaughtering them. Ready?
Just get rid of this scum. Smoke grenades.
I do have to say I'm not a fan of
Smoke out!
Alright. Let's go.
motion capture. I like there's an uncanny aspect to the game.
Target down.
Oh, is that like some okay?
In the bar.
Ooh, look, ray tracing. Ooh.
Enemy down. There were more on the level above. We need to get up there.
Got it. We should clear the second floor. Everything to your liking thus far?
It is crazy that there's no load screens.
Just another ordinary London morning.
Indeed.
Although I do hope that was only the beginning. Ladies first.
Quiet.
Yeah, it seems like the pacing was like the biggest problem with this game.
You think we'll get to shoot a few of them rich folk?
I don't know. I feel like it's conveying a story. I've played higher reviewed games with the same pacing. I do want games where you can like
Room clear.
when you shoot somebody in the shoulder or the leg, they react. I still haven't played a game like that. I know Uncharted is kind of like that, but it's just like, I don't know, reactive.
I need to reload.
What the hell? At least it's like smart too with the third person. There are a lot of third person shooters where like your reticule is not where the bullets go. Fallout is very notorious for that. I've been playing Fallout 76.
Sir.
Downstairs.
And
Need your assistance.
I like to play in third person because it's just easier to like see where
in the next room.
enemies are around me. And sometimes it's just like it's lower sometimes.
You're
Like I would be aiming up, but it would just be shooting something down below.
Is there a single woman in this city you won't try to seduce? Well, it's your problem now. Do try not to lag behind.
Lafayette. Ah, monsieur. This lady requires my attention.
Marquis. Your attention is required elsewhere.
I assure you, mademoiselle, that only the vow of fidelity prevents me from accepting your invitation.
Oh, Marquis, you mustn't leave now.
Unfortunately, my lady, my duty compels me elsewhere. Most fetching, was she not?
I hadn't noticed.
That is because you are not a Frenchman.
You are the most American Frenchman I have ever known.
I am a lover of liberty, mon ami.
A proper knight must learn to curb his passions.
Without passion, monsieur, a man cannot fight.
We do not fight men.
I bet in a post Last of Us Part 2 world, this game would actually be really popular. If they just pad it out a little bit more. Not just like pad content, but more of just put more into it, I would say.
Strange. Let's go.
About time.
It is wild where, like, Sony has pretty much just turned video games into movies now.
You and Lady Grain take that entrance.
with all their games, you know, The Last of Us and Uncharted, God of War, Spider-Man. I can't believe they made a movie about Spider-Man. That's wild.
Air command to all knights in the vicinity of Mayfair. The Metropolitan Police has finished cordoning off the affected areas. Sentinels are continuing their overhead sweep. We will alert you to any sightings of the escaped...
I'm still blown away that there's no load screens. That is more of a callback to, I think, like, a lot of people talking... I think it was, like, God of War or something, like, when that first came out, the PlayStation 4 game. It was like, yo, there's no load screens. It's like, yeah, but when you really don't have control of your character, you can consider that a load screen. A load screen is like streaming assets faster, but if I'm just moving, you know, there is where am I going? It's still streaming. And the whole thing with the kind of the M.2 kind of, like having an M.2 drive and kind of, you know, non-volatile memory is that it's supposed to be faster, but you still kind of have a lot of games that suffer from the same thing. Most notably, like Starfield. Starfield is like really shitty, but Starfield is like, I don't know. Bethesda needs to get rid of their tech and move to something better. What are you minutes in and we finally get what this game is about? That's hilarious.
Everyone, one of our escapees is a half-breed. Make that more than one.
Like, it is pretty crazy that, like... What the hell was that?
It may take me some time to reach him.
Oh, there's a button prop I'm missing. Dude, that button prop is not fast enough. Holy shit, dude. Wow. That is bad. That is truly bad. There's just not enough time to react. Where'd it go? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm almost there.
Okay. We're gonna give it one more shot. Jesus. The problem is that they're coming out of the side view. So I have to like corner myself in here and then... Am I supposed to hold X or spam X in that situation? Okay, let me get my corner.
Confirm mark on my side.
Okay. Let me get back in my corner.
Monsieur, hold on. I'm almost there.
Cool. Scripted event.
Monsieur!
What happened?
I slew most of them. The last one got away. Igraine, I need your arc gun. I'll head up to street level and keep after him. You two go that way and head him off.
Understood.
Oh, a little texture blur right there. Cool. I do like a good linear game.
We need to press forward.
I wonder if they did cut out a lot of the, like, you know, pacing problems of this game. I wonder how short it would be.
Everyone all right?
Yes.
Percival, we've neutralized the threat on our side.
Good. I managed to capture one of the half-breeds. Rendezvous back at Regis.
Acknowledge. Let's go.
Sir, what should we do with him?
Westminster to the catacombs. We'll deal with him later.
Ah, Sir Percival. I thought the Order of Her Majesty's Royal Knights might be mixed up in this affray.
We had reason to suspect a rebel incursion, Commissioner.
An elementary conjecture. In that event, perhaps this might be of interest.
Whitechapel.
Purely circumstantial, of course.
I call it evidence.
Well, circumstantial evidence can be a tricky animal, my dear Sir Percival. You may think it is pointing at one thing, but shift your point of view slightly, and you may find it pointing in an equally uncompromising manner at something entirely different.
Please, indulge me with your musings, Commissioner.
Well, first the rebellion, and then this Jack, and the Ripper murders. And then this. Strange, don't you think?
These guys did the PSP games of God of War, and then pretty much just like started doing Oculus. Ready at Dawn is now an Oculus studio. That is wild.
We meet in council 2 days hence. If
Holy
you would do us
shit!
the honor of presenting your findings.
Their last game was 2021 Lone Echo 2, which I think is done now. I think I think that game's not a thing anymore.
Where have you been? Bloody London traffic.
Mon Général, what of the other half?
Maybe Lone Echo 1. Echo Arena. That's what it was.
Mais notre devoir est de les poursuivre, monsieur.
Marquis, nous ne chassons pas des Anglais sur le nouveau continent. Votre témérité sera requise à un moment opportun.
Oui, mon général. I will be
Sir
governed by your
Percival,
advice.
I'm sure you will appreciate that for the time being.
Yeah, it was last
this
year,
must remain
actually.
a police matter.
They shut down
Of course.
Echo Arena. Interesting.
Something's amiss. The underworld in Whitechapel is known to give safe harbor to the rebellion.
Precisely what troubles me.
Oh, Why would so many half-breeds be found in Bedlam?
Some things we need to find out for ourselves.
You heard Commissioner Doyle. It's a police investigation now.
Knights do not relinquish their authority to bureaucrats.
Percival is right. This matter should be brought before the council.
Centuries have passed, but our order has remained steadfast in its sacred mission to preserve the balance between man and half-breed. Such was the quest of our founder, King Arthur. May his name be forever resplendent.
Is it true? Did the Lord Chancellor fight by Arthur's side?
That is the legend.
Today, that balance is threatened with grave upset by a new contagion, the rebellion. As long as its campaign of anarchy and terror is allowed to continue, the plague of Lycan infestation that has infected our city will only grow more intolerable.
Well, the Lord Chancellor will thus agree to the urgency of a mission into Whitechapel.
Whitechapel is a matter for the civil authorities.
When the noble Arthur sought to contest for truage with the Roman Emperor Lucius, he did not trouble himself with issues of jurisdiction.
Do not presume to quote history to me, Sir Percival. I've seen more of history than you shall ever know. I remind the knights here assembled that the threat to this order comes not only from without, but within. We must stand vigilant together, lest our ranks be poisoned by those who seek the destruction of all we hold sacred. No one is immune from the rebels' influence.
Surely the Lord Chancellor does not mean to question Sir Percival's loyalty.
This order has long appreciated Sir Percival's counsel, but the current disruption calls for caution and concerted effort, not rash action.
What the hell is going on right now?
Cause, Lord Chancellor. The situation in Whitechapel may need to be addressed.
So this Chancellor supposedly might be an eternal of some sort of immortal.
Lord Hastings, Lord Dunglass.
He does, Lord Chancellor. Perhaps the question should be put to the Council.
Very well. What says the Order of Her Majesty's Royal Knights in the matter of Whitechapel? Aye or nay?
Nay.
The nays have it. This council is dismissed.
Our order grows too prudent, Grayson. We wither away from this inaction.
Leave it, Sebastian.
Caution be damned.
Sir Percival is most agitated.
You should learn it is best not to cross him when his mind is set on something.
What do you make of this?
Interesting. I think that'll do it for part 1 of this kind of playthrough here. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye.
My brother Knight has made a habit.